Okay, so one of the real big free agents that was still on the board, Joey Bosa, who was cut by the Chargers when he was owed a lot of money. This helped them save some of that money. He now signs with the Buffalo Bills. Yes, so some people had reported earlier that he had been signed by the 49ers, but it seemed like it was just not very reputable account that tweeted that out, and people kind of just ran with it. Again, if it doesn't come from Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport, don't jump to conclusions because it's just a rumor at that point. Joey Bosa ultimately signs with the Buffalo Bills, which is such a fascinating signing and a reasonable deal, I have to say. A 1-year, $12.6 million deal. I mean, that's much lower than most of the key pass rushers have been getting. And Joey Bosa, a player who obviously he's a big name player because he's, a Bosa, right? But in general, he is someone who has had some real success over the years, right? I mean, this is a guy who has had 4 different 10-sack seasons, although only one 10-sack season since 2020, that's 5 seasons, and that was back in 2021. The past 3 years, he has not had that many sacks. However, it is not because he isn't playing well. It is because he isn't playing. He has been injured a ton as of late. Last year he had under 500 snaps. The year before he had 320, and the year before that he had 165. Prior to that, he was, I would say, mostly consistently getting around 800 snaps, but he still had a couple years where he was lower than that. The reality is, for Joey Bosa, he's a great player. He's just not always healthy is the biggest issue, and he's not always going to be out there for every single game. That's just the reality of the situation when you have someone like him. So for the Buffalo Bills, I almost wonder if you put him on a limited snap count, which is what they did with Von Miller last year and had some success with Von Miller. Didn't play him a ton. Now, Joey Bosa is only 29 years old. Maybe he doesn't want to, maybe you feel like that's too young to be doing that. But again, it's not the years, it's the mileage with him. So again, for the player they are getting, this is a steal. For the snap count they are getting, this might not be the steal, and that is the gamble that Buffalo is taking, and part of why I would put him on a snap count. I mean, if I'm the Bills, I'm half considering not even playing him until like week 16, just let him get his feet wet in a couple regular season games, and then bring him on for the playoffs. You're going to make the playoffs almost certainly, and this is someone who I think could really help them out if he is healthy and playing on a pretty good defensive line. He can play opposite Greg Rousseau. Like, they have Ed Oliver in the interior. They have some players in the interior. This could be a very good move if he can come in and play well. The question just simply is, again, how much is he going to play? It's just a gamble there. Now, so for the Buffalo Bills, I mean, it's hard to not get excited about the move, right? Because again, even when he has had these years where he hasn't been able to play a ton, he's still been able to be an effective player. He has. So I expect him to be an effective player when he plays for Buffalo, and I think that's what's pretty exciting about this move if you're a Bills fan. So yeah, I don't have a ton else to say about this, but I think it's very fascinating. So those are my quick thoughts on it. Maybe I'll make a video on him at some point, but yeah, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.